Wednesday, February 11th, here is the rundown for the day. The market is now closed and it is flat for the day. It's not up, it's not down, it's a big zero. So we also had the January jobs report. They came in with 130,000 new jobs added, which was significantly above what was expected at 55,000. And the unemployment rate dropped 1/10% to 4.3, all of which is good news. And reading inside of those jobs, the one concern I have is that almost all of those were within healthcare. So we want to see jobs going everywhere throughout the economy. And so that caught my eye. Another piece of good news is that the January PMI, which is the Purchasing Managers Index, the PMI, that jumped significantly since December. It's up to 52.6, and anything above 50 is a growing economy, and anything below 50 indicates a shrinking economy. So 52.6 doesn't sound like a lot, but it is significant. It's the highest level it's been in 3.5 years. And it measures the PMI, the Purchasing Managers Index, measures things like new orders, production levels, inventories. So it really is a frontline read on the industrial health of the country. So that's good news. Now, today we return to the software saga, which has been going on, as you know, for quite some time, actually months, and just within the last couple of weeks has been getting lots of attention. So software was down again today. After trying to make a little bit of a recovery, it was down on more fears about AI eating software. And there was a company that announced last night actually. Their name is Altruist Software. And they announced an AI assistant named Hazel. And Hazel was developed to help financial planners do more efficient, better tax planning for their clients. So the announcement on that, which is very cool, had a real outsized effect on not only software, but especially on the financial services firms like Charles Schwab and Raymond James. Those were hit very hard. And it still sold off. The software sector sold off, even though we had good earnings reports still coming in from software companies like Datadog and Klaviyo. So the sentiment is beating out, the expectations of, what Hazel might do versus solid earnings from great companies like Datadog. The sentiment is winning out. So we are where we are. And, that brings me to one of the themes of 2026 that we've been talking about, and that's volatility. Volatility, I saw an interesting quote from Bespoke Investment Group, and they said that for the first time in history, the S&P went from overbought to oversold and back to overbought all within 1 week. First time that's ever happened in history. So that volatility is really going from such extremes and then back. It's just something to be aware of. And we've been talking about that. And, last thing I just want to end with, it was an interesting anecdote that the S&P 500, you and I talk about as the overall market, if you take out the Magnificent Seven stocks, those seven largest technology stocks that you and I know, Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, Google, etc., if you take those out and you're left with the 493 of the entire rest of the market, the overall value of those companies is $40 trillion right now today. And I'm going to give you one guess. What do you think the overall value of the gold market is today, now that it's back above $5,100 per ounce? You guessed it, $40 trillion worth of gold market value. And so almost the entire S&P 500, 40 trillion is equal to the market value of the gold that's out there right now. And I think that that's incredible. And I also think that that shows us that gold is indeed pulling money away from not only the US dollar, but also from other choices of investments in the market. So again, an anecdote and something to I found interesting. So there you go. All right, well, that's it for today. And as always, please remember when it comes to your money, number one, preserve it. Number two, protect it. And then number three, make it. All right. Thanks, guys, girls, everyone. I'll see you soon. I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers. Have a good one.